So I don't know if you guys have seen yesterday or maybe sometime today the comments that Le'Veon Bell made about Andy Reid. I don't know what sparked this or why Le'Veon said it. I just saw that he put it in he replied to somebody on Instagram who asked him a question or something, and he said, quote, "I'll never play for Andy Reid again. I'd retire first." So why? Why does Le'Veon Bell have it out for Andy Reid? What is the beef that you have with Andy Reid? Yeah, he has a son that critically injured a little girl while driving drunk, but that has nothing to do with him. We don't need to talk about that. Andy Reid really hasn't done anything. Like, he gave you playing time. He brought you in when the Jets let you go because you were a bum, you were a scrub for the Jets. For the Jets? Ever since he sat out that year when he stopped playing for Pittsburgh, Le'Veon Bell has gone downhill really, really quickly. It's one of the more shocking and confusing things that's happened in the NFL in a while. You had this guy who was at the top of his game just a few years ago in Pittsburgh, arguably the best running back in the league at that point, was about to make so much money, and he sat out. And ever since that year, when he came back, signed with the Jets, has not been the same running back. He did absolutely nothing in New York, nothing worth noting. He then signs with Kansas City. Was Le'Veon on the team that won the Super Bowl? Or did he just sign this year with Kansas City? I think he's on that team that won the Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he was on that team. So he has a Super Bowl ring, presumably, if he hold on. Let me Google it first. I'm not going to show you guys because I don't need to, but Le'Veon Bell Super Bowl. Does he have a Super Bowl ring? Does he have a Super Bowl ring? Le'Veon Bell. 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first team All-Pro, second team. So he was on the Kansas City Chiefs just in 2020. So he has no Super Bowl ring. So it's a good thing I looked that up. So I don't know what happened to Le'Veon Bell, where he got this mentality that he's better than everybody, because he really isn't at this point. You were let go by the Jets, picked up by the Chiefs. Andy Reid gave you a chance, and now you're saying that you'll never play for Andy Reid again? You'd rather retire before you play for Andy Reid? Like, what possibly could he have done to make you want to say that? I think the problem isn't with Andy Reid. The problem is with Le'Veon Bell. And more people need to realize this. I don't know what kind of attitude Le'Veon Bell has or where he's gotten this attitude from, where he's gotten this big head from doing really nothing. Yeah, he got paid by the Jets. Congratulations. No, I'm not hating on you for getting paid. Go get your money, my guy. I don't care. It's not about getting your money, but it's about what you've done since you've gotten your money. I don't have a problem with players getting paid, but I do have a problem with players getting paid and then not backing up why they're getting paid. Like, some people have a problem when, like, NBA players get paid $200, $300 million to play basketball. Some people get upset with that. I don't get upset with that. I don't get upset when athletes get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. I wish I was getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars. I wish. But that wouldn't mean that I wouldn't stop doing the hard work. That wouldn't mean that I wouldn't stop grinding. I would still do that, all that stuff, even with getting paid like that, because there's always that next check. Even if you do get paid, just because it's guaranteed doesn't mean there's not an opportunity for you to get more. There's always more money out there. So Le'Veon Bell got this big bag. He got the bag. But he could have kept going. He could have got even more money. See, that's what people don't understand. People think that once you get this big contract, once you get this bag, then it's all easy. It's all downhill. It's all easy. But what they don't realize is that once you get that bag, there's more pressure on you. There's more eyes on you because now you're the big dog. Now you're the main guy because you got the most money. And what they don't see is the real mentality is that you get that bag. That's just a jumping off point. Then there's always more money to go get. And Le'Veon Bell doesn't understand that. He got the bag and he got soft. He got this attitude. He got this big head about him where he thought that he's got all this money. He doesn't need to put in the same amount of work that he put in when he was a Steeler. And when he earned that money. He earned it. I'm not going to take that away from him. He got that money because of what he did in Pittsburgh. He earned that money. But ever since he got that money, he has not backed it up. And that's where I have a problem. And it's not Andy Reid's fault. It's not anybody else's fault except for Le'Veon Bell. And he doesn't understand that. And there's people out there in the Twitterverse, in the NFL world, that don't understand that either. Because there's people, apologists for Le'Veon Bell, saying that it's not Le'Veon's fault that he hasn't been playing good. He's been injured. He's had all these off-the-field problems. Not bad problems, but he's had all this stuff go on. And that's why he's not producing on the field. No. It's all about the mentality. It's all about how much work you put in after you get the money. There's always an opportunity to get more money. We just had a conversation about Le'Veon Bell getting paid at what, like 32? Is he right now 33? He's in his mid-30s, I think, early to mid-30s. When you've got a guy in the NBA, Chris Paul, who has had probably his best season in the past 6-7 years. And he's already making, I think, $150 million or something crazy like that. He's already making a bag. And he's come out and said that he doesn't want to accept his player option for like 40 million or something, around 40 million, because he thinks that he can get even more money. That's the mentality you got to have, Le'Veon. That's the mentality that everybody should have. Chris Paul doesn't think that he deserves 40 million because he thinks he's better than that. He thinks he can make another multi-year, hundreds of million dollar contract at his advanced age because he's proven it after he got the money. Le'Veon doesn't understand that. And a lot of the fans don't understand that either. You gotta keep up any type of work ethic that got you to that point, because there's always that opportunity to make more. Who doesn't want more money? Who doesn't? Like, are you gonna deny money? No. No one's ever denied money when they've worked for it. So Le'Veon, I don't understand what you're talking about saying you never play for Andy Reid again because he didn't give you, I'm assuming because he didn't give you playing time. Well, you haven't deserved it, buddy. You haven't deserved it. You haven't put in the work to earn playing time. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, a rookie or a young player, has put in more work than you. And yes, he's hungrier. He hasn't got his big check yet. He hasn't got his bag yet, so he's hungrier. Yeah, I understand that. But that doesn't mean that Le'Veon can't put in that same amount of work. You still got to be hungry. You still got to fight and climb for your next contract. Because, yes, you got a lot of money that's guaranteed, but there's also a lot of money on that contract that's not guaranteed. And so, why not make that money and get another contract? But Le'Veon is not going to be in that situation because, frankly, he's not that good anymore. So, and whose fault is that? It's Le'Veon's. So I don't know what he's talking about with this quote. I just thought I would bring it up and talk about it on the channel. And you guys know how I feel. I'd like to know how you guys feel. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. If you think that he's right, if you think that I'm right, let me know down below. Smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.